What's up, y'all? It's your boy Mighty Mouth here, back with another video. So today I want to kind of show you guys something I've been cooking up. I dubbed it the Rarity Aura T1000 or the Rarity Terminator. A lot of people are using the Ritualist to make a Rarity bot, but we also wanted a variant for solo play, so I'm going to give you that. But while you watch this footage, just want to give a big shout out to everybody that's been supporting me and interacting with me. Y'all are the reason I keep going. We're over 150 subs. We're trying to hit that 500 to get monetized. So if you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button. Give us a like on the video. Leave us some comments. Share some of the content and get us out there. But if you don't feel like doing that, you can still stick around and you can kind of get the ins and outs of a pretty low fuss, just kind of dodge, roll around, and everything gets taken care of for you. And we're kind of using like blood boil and some other tech that isn't really utilized. And if you're wondering how blood boil does against bosses, sure, this is with some Wind Dancer and Herald of Plague as well, but Omni seems pretty easy. I mean, Delirious map, we have like a lot of rarity on our gear. We definitely aren't spec'd fully damaged, but that's just how it goes. So I guess first we'll talk about the gear. So we have our damage variant, which we're wearing the Deepest Tower, obviously, because that's the best way to do everything. Why wouldn't you? So pretty cracked amulet, standard procedure, just trying to get all of your resistances covered. Ingenuity belt, regalia for stats because it's a very stat intensive build. You want lots of ranks to melee skills, the hammer that makes it all possible, of course rarity where we can get it, life leech where we can get it, things of that nature. And then you have the rarity variant. Obviously we're using that unique crown that doubles our presence. We want to buy one with a little bit better cold resistance, so then we can change these boots out for lightning and fire resistance with rarity, and that would give us a more well-rounded diverse build. And then hopefully we could move something to get some dex or int somewhere else, so we didn't have to have it on our rings, just to be able to use Arctic armor, Wind Dancer, and a two-handed hammer, because it's like 200 int, 200 dex, 400 strength. It's a lot of attributes. But the gear is basically just gear that we had, we rolled whatever. So this is what you'll be putting in blood boil, pretty, typical stuff. But concentrated effect you can put in Sunder for bossing, but persistence, physical mastery, and brutality it's a physical duration skill, so increasing the duration and increasing the amount of physical damage it deals, that's the best route. Also, it's an AoE. So we use Behead and Rage just because we don't really hit much other than rares. So if we can steal a modifier, that's cool, and we can gain Rage when we do it. You just want more armor break. We were using Leap Slam to level. This is just here for mobility, but Stomping Ground does your strength as damage. Arctic armor we don't have on right now with the damage variant, but you can use that as an added level of damage and utility with the rarity variant. Ingenuity, Raging Cry, Dazing Cry, Premeditation, and Tireless. Put that in your Infernal Cry. We're trying to lower the cooldown as much as possible. Shield Charge, again, basically a mobility skill, but Lightning Infusion just to hit a boss, make sure they're shocked, whatever. Wind Dancer, typical tech, armor explosion with corrosion and envenom. You can put magnified effect in it, but for the rarity aura variant, I would probably put it in blasphemy for enfeeble with ritualistic curse and vitality. And Sunder, we already kind of went over, like the typical stuff. Heavy swing, Fists of War, stuff like that. So this is your basic setup for damage. Pretty standard stuff, jack of all trades. Fast metabolism is goated. It keeps us alive. We didn't spec into it. We didn't have enough points, but we finally got to level 90, so we're doing all right. Lay of Siege, obviously, because we're using a shield, gives us damage and offensive stance up here in the top. We took the node that gives us damage per strength because we're high strength, jack of all trades, because we want generic damage multipliers because Blood Boil is hard to scale. And so is basically every war cry and things like that. So that's how we scale our damage, by getting, you know, jewels with skill effect duration, area of effect, global physical damage, stuff of that nature. The rarity variant, we spread out a lot more. We get more jewel slots so that we can get more area of effect, more presence area of effect, a little more area, like actual area of effect with skill effect duration, maybe global physical damage, stuff of that nature. But we're taking out all of the low life nodes. We take out fast metabolism because we're probably going to be hanging back, and we pick up as many presence nodes as we can. Also, Prism Guard, it helps to cap our resistances and make us a little tankier for, you know, if we're not dealing a lot of damage. We don't really need to be because we're going to be in a party, obviously, but it got us 2 additional jewel slots, which is, in my opinion, better than dealing damage when you're in a party. That's unnecessary because we just need to be there for like 500 plus rarity. So this is our presence area of effect with the deepest tower on, and even like a few presence area of effect increases in our jewels. And this is our presence area of effect. It is literally off our screen. So that is the rarity variant. Pretty legit, I think. So that's basically the build. That's the breakdown. We've done 125% delirious maps with it. They were tough. They were corrupted and juiced, but they were tough, but we did it. So the build's pretty versatile, low fuss, relatively cheap. I already had all this gear laying around. We're going to buy a few pieces, but it is what it is. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe and, you know, share the content. Get us out there. You already know what it is. You are enough. Stay blessed. And as always, stay mouthy. We'll catch you on the next video. And make sure you tune into the live streams and help a brother grow. Give us some interaction, and we'll try to do the same. Maybe help you craft a little bit.